John, everyone is talking about AI, but you say most people are missing the big picture and focusing too heavily on the wow factor.
Heather, that's right. They see the chaos. I'm going to show you the system. We will map the 6 layers of technology and the human engine that drives them. It's the only framework that connects the entire technology stack directly to strategy, giving you the decision intelligence to more effectively lead in this environment. Most AI frameworks are vertical focused on one discipline. The AI 6 Layer Framework that you can download at MountainSpirit.AI is horizontal and systemic, mapping the entire AI ecosystem across technology, the human bridge, and control. It's a map of power, risk, and influence.
Every leader I talk to lately feels like they're standing on quicksand. Deep fakes, new models every week, impossible to track risk. How do leaders make smart decisions when the whole landscape won't stop moving?
Heather, that's the exact pressure point, and every leader feels it. Government, finance, defense, commercial. AI is evolving so fast that even seasoned executives are asking, what's real, what matters, what's noise, what do I act on? And if you're responsible for an enterprise or a national security mission, this volatility doesn't just create confusion, it creates real risk.
So you've named the fog, but naming it isn't enough. John, you've worked across commercial, finance, national intelligence. When everything feels chaotic, how do you help leaders find clarity?
For 20 years, I've been brought in during moments exactly like this, when organizations need clarity across complex systems. At Capital One, we built enterprise-wide frameworks that help C-suite leaders see risk across their entire portfolio so they could prioritize investment. At the NRO, it was the same challenge. Once we mapped the entire end-to-end system, leaders immediately zeroed in on the highest risk decisions, what I now call decision intelligence. What changed? They weren't looking at scattered pieces anymore. They were looking at the whole system. And that's why we created the AI 6 Layers Framework. It's the map out of the fog, the simplest way to see how AI all fits together, from silicon to strategy.
Okay, give us the map. Where does the system begin?
We start with layer 1 infrastructure. This is the bedrock, the silicon chips, data centers, power grids. Companies like NVIDIA and TSMC build the chips. AWS, Microsoft, and Google rent out the compute. This layer decides who gets to build intelligence. This is the foundation of national power and enterprise innovation.
And once you have the raw compute?
Then we reach layer 2, models and platforms, the brain of the system. OpenAI, Google's Gemini, Meta's Llama. These foundation models determine what intelligence you can ask. And here's where many leadership teams underestimate the stakes. Whether you build or buy, whether you partner or license, those decisions shape your entire strategy.
So we've got the muscle and we've got the brain. How does any of this reach the human being?
That's layer 3 applications, where raw AI becomes something a person can use. This is everything from Microsoft Copilot to autonomous vehicles. It's the interface between human intent and machine capability. If layer 1 and layer 2 give you the power, then layer 3 determines whether anyone can actually use it.
But an application alone doesn't create outcomes.
Exactly. That's why we need layer 4 services, where strategy meets delivery. This is hardcore engineering, implementation, testing, AI assurance, and governance. It's what makes systems reliable, safe, and mission ready. A self-driving car with perfect AI is useless if the services layer breaks it. Layer 4 is what ensures this works at scale in the real world.
Okay, so that's the tech and the human bridge. But who shapes the story? Who defines what AI even is?
That's layer 5, influence and discourse. We call this the battlefield of ideas. This is think tanks, media, academia, CEOs, and public intellectuals. One headline can change public trust overnight, and trust changes adoption, where adoption changes funding for layers 1, 2, and 3, even 4. It's important to understand, narratives don't follow technology, they shape it.
And at the top of the system?
That's layer 6, the state. Here's where government, policy, defense, and national priorities converge. This is where nations decide what to fund, what to regulate, what to restrict, and where to push for sovereignty. Every country is playing its own strategy. US executive orders, the EU AI Act, and China's national AI plan. Layer 6 defines the rules of the game for every other layer.
John, when you lay it out like this, it feels like an enormous machine. Where do we fit into all this?
The most important insight, it's one system. You tweak one layer, the others respond. And this is where human leadership matters. Technology doesn't steward itself, people do. Our responsibility, especially in this area, is to ensure AI becomes a tool that advances human purpose, not replaces it.
It's powerful, but what gives it direction? What makes it move?
We call that the customer orbit, where purpose, demand, and human need are the driver of the entire system. The 6 layers creates the capability, but the customer orbit gives it meaning. What customers choose, the trust, what they adopt or reject, determines what succeeds and fails.
John, this makes so much sense, but practically, how do leaders use this framework right now?
That's a great question too. 3 ways. First, use it like a decoder ring. Every headline, model announcement, vendor pitch, ask, which layer is this actually about? And then look at the ripple effect. Use it inside your organization. Don't just get dazzled by layer 2 or 3. Ask, what are the infrastructure risks? What assurance do we have in layer 4? What policies might hit us from layer 6? This forces a strategic conversation. Use it in portfolio planning. At Capital One and NRO, when leaders saw the entire end-to-end system, they immediately focused on the highest risk, highest impact decisions. That's the essence of decision intelligence.
Can you give us a taste of the systems thinking you'll be teaching in future videos?
Heather, our mission statement is to empower and improve people's lives through the use of AI. Our next series of videos will focus on using the framework to decode the top weekly AI news, not with a focus on what happened, but more importantly, what will happen next. For example, Grok raised over $500 million to develop a language processing unit. Unlike GPUs, they are attacking the AI infrastructure with a new architecture. This would rewrite the rules in layer 1 and supercharge how models work in layer 2. Applications in layer 3 that depend on real-time response become even more autonomous. AI engineering in layer 4 dramatically changes as throughput doesn't need huge GPU clusters. Layer 5 narrative shifts to the news story about how an underdog breaks market leader dominance. In layer 6, the state now refocuses again on national strategy. We know from experience that seeing the whole system end to end is the essence of decision intelligence. If you want to understand AI before it hits the headlines, hit subscribe and download the AI 6 Layers Framework at MountainSpirit.AI.